If you've ever worked with someone who does the absolute bare minimum while you bust your back covering for them, this story is gonna feel so good. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and settle in. Because today, we're diving into the world of medical petty revenge. And trust me, it is chef's kiss. Let me paint you a picture. You've just finished a grueling 12-hour shift. Your feet ache. You haven't sat down in 4 hours. You've answered call lights, administered medications, documented everything 3 times, and somehow managed to keep 6 patients stable through the kind of chaos that only a hospital floor can produce. And then you start handing off to the next nurse, the one coming in to replace you. You go through the patients, you make sure the room is stocked, you double-check the medication records. Because that's what you do. That's what professionals do in a field where the smallest oversight can genuinely hurt someone. Now, imagine the opposite of that. Our storyteller, let's call her Sara, had been a registered nurse for several years. She loved her unit. She loved most of her coworkers. She was the kind of person who stayed 15 minutes late to make sure the oncoming nurse had everything they needed, because she remembered what it felt like to walk into chaos. But there was one coworker, who made every single morning shift feel like defusing a bomb left behind by someone who simply did not care. Let's call her Dana. Dana was technically competent. She could pass her medications, she could document. She hadn't done anything that would get her written up or reported. But there existed in Dana a particular brand of laziness, the kind that's strategic, the kind that knows exactly where the line is and parks itself just shy of it. Every time Sara followed Dana's shift, it was the same story. Incomplete tasks quietly swept under the rug, supplies not restocked, notes that were vague to the point of uselessness. And the energy on the floor, the unspoken weight that told every experienced nurse, yes, the last person left you a mess, it was always heavier after Dana's shifts. Sara would start her morning doing damage control before she could even begin her actual work. And she'd feel that familiar tightening in her chest. Not rage, not yet. Just the slow, grinding accumulation of it. She tried to let it go. She really did. She reminded herself, you can't control other people. You can only control yourself. She told herself it wasn't worth it, that complaining about a coworker was petty, that she was above it. She was right. She was above it. But she was also human. And humans, even very good, very patient ones, have a breaking point. Now, here's where things get delightfully specific. On Sara's unit, like many nursing floors, there's a system for ordering patient medications. And that system involves stickers, small adhesive labels that get placed on a patient's medication prescription page to flag an order. Simple enough, right? Except here's the thing. These stickers are notoriously terrible to remove. Once a medication is received from pharmacy, the sticker has to come off the page. And if you've ever tried to peel a stubborn label off paper, the kind that tears before it lifts, the kind that leaves behind a gummy residue ghost of itself, then you already understand the low-level misery involved. Multiply that by a full medication sheet. Multiply that by an entire floor of patients. That's a lot of sticker scratching, a lot of fingernail wear, a lot of quiet, seething frustration at whoever designed this system. But somewhere along the line, Sara and a few of the sharper nurses on her team figured out a trick. If you fold the sticker in half before you apply it, so only the bottom half actually sticks to the page, it peels off later in about 1 second. Clean, easy, satisfying. It's the kind of small, elegant solution that makes you feel briefly like a genius in the middle of a 12-hour shift. And Sara started using it, religiously, for herself and for the coworkers she liked. the ones who pulled their weight, the ones who left the floor better than they found it, the ones who, when Sara came in after their shift, made her morning easier. For those nurses, perfect fold every time. For Dana, full stick, old method, every single sticker. This is what makes Sara's revenge so perfect. There's absolutely nothing Dana can say. Nothing she can prove, nothing she can complain about, because the stickers are still going on the page. The orders are still being processed. Technically, Sara's doing her job completely correctly. She's just not sharing the life hack. She's just letting Dana sit there at the end of her shift, fingernails bent backward, muttering under her breath, wondering why the stickers are so impossible today. Scratching and picking and scraping, while Sara, the shift before her, is done in 30 seconds and moving on. There's something deeply poetic about revenge that requires zero confrontation. No raised voices, no HR meetings, no drama. Just a small, quiet, daily choice that costs Sara nothing and costs Dana just a little bit of peace. Because that's what Dana had been doing too, wasn't it? Small, quiet, daily choices, leaving just enough undone to be deniable, creating just enough friction in someone else's morning to be exhausting, without ever crossing a line that could be called out. Sara learned from the best. And then, to top it all off, one of Sara's other coworkers, another RN she actually liked, pulled her aside one day and shared her own story. This nurse, let's call her Keisha, had her own nemesis, a colleague who was chronically rude to her, cold, dismissive, the kind of person who makes you feel invisible when you're in the same room. And Keisha had gotten creative. On a particularly bad day, after one too many snide comments, Keisha went through every single patient's medication bin on the shelf, the Lin bins, those little individual containers for each patient's meds, and she quietly, methodically shuffled everything inside each one. Not dangerously, not in a way that would harm anyone, just chaotic, disorganized. Everything's still there, just nothing where it was supposed to be. And the next morning, the rude nurse started her medication round and could not find anything. Picture it. It's 6 a.m., the floor is waking up, patients need their morning meds, and this nurse is standing at the wall of bins, opening container after container, bewildered, digging through scrambled supplies, running behind, her morning completely derailed, while Keisha is home in bed, sleeping like a baby. Was it a little chaotic? Sure. Was it professionally questionable? Maybe at the edges. But was it deeply, fundamentally satisfying? Absolutely. Here's the thing about working in a high-stakes environment. And nursing is about as high stakes as it gets. You are part of a chain. What you do or don't do at the end of your shift doesn't just affect a spreadsheet or a quarterly report. It affects the nurse who walks in at 7 a.m. It affects how quickly she can get to her patients. It affects how stressed she is, how rushed she is, how much mental bandwidth she has left for the moments that actually matter. Nursing is continuity. It is, by design, a relay race. You run your leg as hard as you can, and then you hand off the baton, cleanly, responsibly, with care, to the next person. When someone refuses to run their leg properly, when they coast, when they hand off a baton covered in grease and expect the next person to just deal with it, that's not just laziness. That's a lack of respect for the whole system, for the patients, for the coworkers. And sometimes, when management doesn't see it, when HR feels too formal, when confrontation just creates tension that makes the next 12 hours worse, sometimes all you've got is the sticker method. And honestly, sometimes that's enough. Sara told her story laughing. Not bitter, not burned out,
laughing, because she'd found a valve for the pressure, a tiny, harmless, completely deniable release. She also admitted something vulnerable at the end. The thought that someone might be doing something similar back to her, some small, invisible inconvenience, planted by someone she'd accidentally wronged. Some sticker, somewhere, stuck the hard way. And honestly, she found that funny too. Because that's the thing about working closely with people. Day after day, shift after shift, in a place where the stakes are genuinely high and everyone is stretched thin and tired and human. Eventually, you're all just trying to survive. And sometimes survival looks like a perfectly folded sticker. Dana never figured it out, never connected the dots, never sat Sara down and said, "Hey, why are my stickers so much harder to peel than everyone else's?" Because how would she even begin to phrase that? She just kept scratching, shift after shift, wondering why the stickers felt extra hostile. And Sara kept folding hers in half. Quick, clean, and easy. A small daily win. A tiny private smile at the start of every shift where she didn't have to clean up Dana's mess. Was it justice? Not really. Was it proportionate? Maybe not. Was it deeply, absurdly, wonderfully human? 100%. Because sometimes justice doesn't come in a grand gesture. Sometimes it doesn't come in a resignation letter, or a viral call-out, or a dramatic confrontation in the break room. Sometimes it comes in the form of a sticker, half-folded, just for you. I think there's something we can all learn from Sara and Keisha. Not the revenge itself, but the wisdom behind it. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do isn't to escalate. It's to quietly stop making someone else's life easier than they deserve. And then you go home, you sleep well, and you let the stickers do the talking. If this story made you laugh or made you think of someone who absolutely deserved the sticker treatment, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest act of workplace revenge you've ever witnessed or been part of? No judgment here. This is a safe space. Subscribe for more stories just like this one, because trust me, we are just getting started. New video dropping soon, and it's gonna be good. Until then, stay patient, stay professional, and always fold your stickers.